Welcome to Beer Thursday. Are you hungry?
Yes.
Well, if you're not now, you are about to be, because we are talking steak. Steak. I don't really like steak. That's a great way to start a conversation.
That was a great way to start a conversation. Yes, I love steak. 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 Steak is so good. It's the other white meat. Or maybe it's not the other white.
That doesn't make any sense.
I have to say, I mean, I'm pretty much, as you know, Shane, I'm a vegetarian.
Yes.
Other than steak and burgers and chicken, pork,
brats,
bacon,
pork.
brats. Yeah. Other than that, pretty much steak and fish. But that's it.
Just no shrimp.
No shrimp. I'm a shrimpitarian. No, that's not it. Anywho, steak. Am I right?
How are you at preparing a steak?
I don't mind telling you that I make a pretty darn good steak.
Figured you would.
And my secret is simplicity. I'm a very simplicity.
Okay. I don't know why I heard something else.
Well, I hope you didn't hear something else, because that'd be an awfully weird.
That'd be a weird steak.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say no to it, but
no. My secret is simplicity, because not only am I a simple person, but I believe in simple ingredients. And so yeah, I think I make a pretty good steak. What about you?
No, we've never made good steaks. We've made edible steaks, and the problem is my wife prefers steaks well done, and yeah, so then it's no longer. It has no chance. It never has. It never has a chance.
Yeah, if you're gonna go well done, I mean, you're just basically gonna. Once it gets dry. I mean, you can have a steak that's done, but still moist and has a little bit of, there's little juicy to it. But once it goes to the dry, it's just not.
There's no coming back from that.
There's no coming back.
No coming back.
But for me, like when we make steaks, my steak of choice is always ribeye. Preferably bone-in, but bone-in is not always very inexpensive. But we always get ribeye, and we eat steaks quite a bit, but not like every other week or anything. We eat them enough that we look for the sales. So if we see some on sale, we'll buy it and freeze it. But ribeye is the way to go for me. And what I do is very simple. I've started actually even we do it on the grill outside, but I bought this little flat top that's grated, and I put it on the grill outside. And so it cooks steaks or burgers or whatever thing a lot more evenly. And so I just, for me, just simply pepper and coarse, like kosher salt on both sides. And I cook it for, depending on the thickness of the steak. If it's about, I don't know, what is that? About a half an inch?
Yeah.
Is that half an inch or an inch? Anyway, Hey,
what?
Usually, depending on the thickness of the steak, I usually do about 5 minutes per side. And I don't even, you could feel it. And if there's some give, you could tell when it's done, but I usually do it about 5 minutes per side. If it's thinner, then I do it less than that and take it off and then let it sit for a while, because it will continue to cook. But 5 minutes per side gets you a nice solid medium where it's nice and pink. I don't really like medium rare, but I would take that over cardboard.
Well done. Over a shoe.
Yeah.
And what we used to do when we kind of stopped eating red meat a year couple of years ago, I guess. But what we would do is get the thin cut ribeyes.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the Winco where we usually buy steaks.
Yeah.
Or where we buy a lot of groceries. They had some thin cut ribeyes, so we could cook them well done before they would get too dry.
Yeah.
Because they were thinner.
Like cook them like a minute or two on each side and you're good.
And those were delicious. Yeah, they were delicious. Those ribeyes also always been my favorite. Never too picky, I guess, about.
I just like the flavor for whatever reason of ribeye. Because to me, different cuts have a little bit of a different flavor.
Yeah.
The key to me, though, in cooking them is you got to get the skillet or whatever surface you're cooking on. Same with hamburgers. It needs to be screaming hot because you want to cook it. Cooking it slow is not gonna. That's you get in trouble there. That's when you start to dry it out and stuff. But
because the outside gets dry before the inside gets a chance to cook.
To me, the best steaks are they get all crispy on the outside, not burnt, crispy, and nice and juicy on the inside. I like that. That's why the kosher salt is what helps that. It helps get that crust. Same with on burgers, since I use just salt, just kosher salt and pepper on burgers. So, do you have a favorite, like a restaurant that you would go to get a good steak?
No, not really. Yeah, whenever we would make steaks, there was a while we were getting. Chili's had one. You're like, steak at Chili's, but Chili's was one, and it might have been more about the fries than the steak. But there was one there that we were getting frequently for a while. But other than that, our favorite ones were just getting those thin cut ribeyes and cooking those. You like the Ruth's Chris, right?
I do. I love Ruth's Chris, but the Chili's one, I used to get that one. I would get in it. It came with broccoli. It was it was on the healthier menu because it's a little small steak and there's broccoli, and it was I love that one. But yeah, Ruth's Chris is one of my favorites, and they cook it like at 1200 or degrees or some like crazy thing like that. And that's a darn good steak, but they're just so expensive. Also like Bob's Steak and Chop House. They've got a good steak. The problem with all these steakhouses is some of them, like Ruth's Chris, for example, you have to pay extra for the sides.
Yeah.
And that's when it starts getting too expensive.
Yeah. They get very pricey.
And that's it's gotten to the point where we hardly go out to eat steaks anymore. Now, we did recently, there's a place called Chamberlain's down the road from us.
Yeah.
And we had steaks there, and they were actually pretty good. And there's another place that we're going to try here in the future called Arthur's Steakhouse. And it's an old school looking restaurant. And I mean, just looking at the restaurant, I've seen pictures of the inside. Instantly, I think of the movie Arthur.
Nice.
It just has cool. That like vibe to it. Yeah.
Kind of swanky.
Swanky, cool. but not overplayed. The price there is reasonable, and it includes the sides. But something else with steak, I love when we can afford it, because it's hard. You got to find it on sale. It's hard to find it. But what we'll do sometimes is we'll also get a few scallops.
Oh, yeah.
Robin will cook scallops, and we'll have that with steak. Oh,
those are hard to cook.
Yeah, she's got it down. She's really good. It's all buttery and stuff.
Yeah.
She cooks it. I think one of the keys is you need to cook it on a cast iron skillet with lots of butter.
There's this expensive-ish restaurant we used to go to because my kid loved it. And so we would get the steak and scallops dinner. Yeah. And my kid would eat all the scallops, and then she would split the steak with my wife, and then I would get the risotto.
Oh, nice.
And then usually whatever other cheap item was on the menu, I would get that.
Oh, that's always fun.
That's how it went. Well,
that's
Jay,
how it goes.
Do you have a toast for the Beer Thursday world?
Well, you know what? I do, and it's sort of semi-related because we're talking about scallops. So yeah, I got a little toast here. Here's to lobster tail and beer. 3 of my favorite things.
What do you think about the steak and lobster combination?
I'm not against it. It's actually, I like the taste of it. A lot of things for me with seafood is the what do you call it?
The texture.
The texture, yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's why I'm not a big shrimp fan, because I don't like
it can get rubbery. I always like the smaller shrimp or fried shrimp.
Yeah. So if you get a lobster tail that's not, that has that if the texture's fine, if it's nice and tender, then I'm all over it. Yeah. To me, a lot of that is texture.
This is making me want to eat meat again. Eat red meat again. Because I was just thinking about how great it was for breakfast to have steak and eggs for breakfast.
Oh, yeah. One of my favorite things to do is we'll go to like a restaurant we'll have dinner. We'll have like a nice chicken fried steak dinner. And it's always, in Texas, you go get a chicken fried steak dinner. And it's always way too big to eat in one sitting. So I'll take it and go home, and the next morning, or maybe the morning after, I'll make some scrambled up some eggs and eat chicken fried steak and eggs. That's nice. Good stuff.
Yeah, that's chicken fried steak and eggs is also that's a good. Do you like the churrascaria type restaurants?
The churrascaria? What is that?
Like that's the Brazilian steakhouse where they just keep bringing out different things and you turn the card over when you're ready for more.
I've only been to one and I enjoyed it, but I would have to, I kind of reserve my decision on I need to try it again to see if I really like. Do you like it?
Yeah.
They're expensive though, aren't they?
They are, but everything's included, right? So by the time you get everything you want, you get and you pay for it, you just kind of think, okay, that was a lot of meat.
Yeah.
And then the sides are really well prepared. So I don't know, when you're getting all you want, even if you don't want that much.
True. Yeah.
You still feel like you're getting your money's worth, but you can also get a lot of varieties of things, which is also nice to get all the different kinds of steaks and meats.
Makes sense. Yeah. I need to try that sometime.
So what about non-cow steaks? Are there any of those that you fancy?
Such as like a tuna steak or
well, I was thinking more like maybe a bison or venison or elk.
Honestly, I really don't know, because I don't think I might have had bison, but I'm not sure. And but I've had buffalo, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I know that I've had venison
Mm-hmm.
before, but deer. It's been a long time. So I don't know if I would like it or not. I'm sure I would.
I think you would. Tastes a little different, but what about lamb? The other red meat?
Not into no. I'm not so much into lamb. I don't really like it.
It's got a distinct flavor. Now, if you ever want to try lamb, go to Costco and get the New Zealand lamb, because there is a significant taste difference between New Zealand lamb and domestic lamb.
What does lamb taste like? Is it?
It's very meaty, but it's got kind of an extra flavor to it that I don't know how to explain other than it's lamby. But if you because we've had lamb before just once, or actually I got it another time, so I guess twice. Yeah. Texas lamb, and it almost smells off when you open it up, get ready to cook it. You almost wonder, is this cooked? Should I eat this? But it's just the way it smells. But if you get the New Zealand lamb from Costco, whether you get the leg or the cutlets or the chops, and if you want to just try it, I would go to Costco and get chops, and they're kind of expensive too. And then you just grill them, how you like meat cooked.
Yeah.
And probably one of my favorite foods is grilled lamb chops.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be against trying it, but I don't know. I would probably try it. I think what other, like, there's also, I like a good pork chop if it's prepared well. Like there's one that I had, it's a jalapeno glaze to it. And I think it was at Texas Land and Cattle or something like that. And it's delicious.
Yeah. I always loved pork chops.
Yeah.
Have you had a pork steak?
Pork steak.
Yeah. It's pork, but it's very steak-like.
I don't know if I have or not.
Should look for it next time you're in not the delicatessen, but next time you're in the butcher shop or the meat section. See if you can find a pork steak.
There's something else. Something else I really like is pork cutlet, and it's basically what we do with that is we'll prepare it like we're doing chicken fried steak. We'll just do instead of steak, we'll do the pork cutlet.
We've been doing those. We've been doing kind of Korean barbecue style with stir fries.
That'd be good too. Yeah. But yeah, we do that and I'll make the, gravy and fry it, and we'll make our homemade quote unquote mashed potatoes, which is I like the kind that comes in the bag. It's called, they're instant potatoes, but for whatever reason I like the taste.
I remember my mom wanted me to make her some mashed potatoes one time. And I just go, Mom, I'm not making mashed potatoes out of a box. I'll go get some potatoes. No, I want these. I want that kind. I want those. Okay. And so I made her some and then had some and, these are good. I can have these. I like these.
Well, it's funny because like when I had my wisdom teeth out a few years ago, the only thing I could eat for about a week was either soup or those mashed potatoes. And so I was eating those like every day. And I
like
just
the salmon of Capistrano.
Yeah, I love them. Yeah, I just absolutely love them. This has been great steak talk.
I know. Now I'm hungry.
Yeah.
You just stop talking about food. It makes me hungry.
Yeah. And Lord knows if I eat right now, it would be bad.
Darn it. All to
stupid.
Darn it.
Acid reflux.
Darn it like a motherfucker.
Darn it to hell heck.
Darn it to hell heck.
So,
bitch.
Shayne.
Yes.
Was it you that started the car?
I did. I did. A very brief start to this car.
Okay.
It's just itching to be put back in that garage.
Yeah. I guess I've got to avoid the deer in the road and
we didn't talk about roadkill.
The roadkill, yes. Got to avoid the roadkill. And where'd you go? I lost you. Anywho, well, this has been fun. And we hope, dear listener, you are enjoying what you've heard today on the Beer Thursday. Sorry, I got distracted. I can't see you for some reason. Am I still here?
Is this thing on? NJ Earth?
For some reason, oh, well, it's not important. What is important, though, is that our listener, and when I say listener, I hope I mean more than one, come back every week. Oh, there you are. And listen to another round of this delightfully tasty show that we like to call, not going to say it yet, but if you like what you hear, please leave us some comments, DM us. We're on the Instagrams. We're on all the grams. We're also all over the internets, and we have plenty of great things to say every week, including what I'm saying right now, which is not that great. I'm just kind of vamping. Anyway, thanks for listening, my friends. We are here for you every week, and thank you for being there for us. We'll talk to you next week on another exciting round of Beer Thursday.